So we're up here at Central Performance today. These guys have just put my truck onto the dyno and we're going to kick in and see how it goes. Hopefully by the end of this, we're driving it. Exciting. So Nick is the guy who runs the place here. He's solo man, it's a busy little place. I had to book in 2 months in advance, but it's been worth it. We've been able to get the truck running, get out all the niggly bits, and now we're into the dyno stage. Finally, we can start finding out what this thing actually makes. It was supposed to make 150 out of the shop back in 1996. So we'll see, hopefully we're at least above that number. So we've just had a chat. The air intake temperature sensor has had a bung welded in. It's then needed an adapter to adapt the BSP thread to an MPT thread of the sensor, so then the sensor goes in. So the sensor itself is not actually sitting in the airflow, it's sitting in that adapter. Because of that, it's reading that, it thinks that it's getting about 70 degrees air temperatures heading into the engine, which isn't correct. It's probably around 30, 35 degrees heading into the engine. So we're having to make a few sort of calculations to balance that out, and I'm going to have to go through, cut that weld off and weld in the bung for an MPT thread so that my air sensor is sitting in the airflow, and then probably have to come back here again. But otherwise, for a 350,000 kilometre unopened block, it's doing well so far. It's gotten rid of all the sort of crud that's been built up in the engine and exhaust systems, everything's burnt off, and she's actually running pretty okay. You know, no worse than what it was before I put the big gas turbo on the side. So that's a bonus. We're just doing the last few runs now, tidying everything up, and then we might as well, why not, do some power runs and actually see if we're making more than stock at 150. Fingers crossed. I'd hate to do all this just to get 170. That was a rad pull. God, it's weird to see such like a little engine doing such hard work, I guess. Like, you know, 6-cylinder's fine, a little 4-cylinder, that just seems a little intense, especially on a surf. Oh, this is so rad, I'm so excited. A little annoying though, there's a little bit of puff of smoke. It seems the drain on the oil return from the turbo seems to be just dripping to the manifold there. I can't find any other weepage anywhere, so we do have a little bit of a weep that every now and then spurts a bit of smoke, so I'm gonna have to get it home and tidy that up. Otherwise, that was cool. That was super cool. Like, I'm a little nervous too. Listen to it. That was a lot of smoke, that one. So we've come up with a whopping 184 horsepower. 350,000 kilometre motor, unopened since 1996. We reckon the valve springs or something, probably the damn, you know, the snorkel system, because it's a full drive. It's just not letting it breathe at like above 5,000 RPM. So at 5,000 it kind of just drops off a cliff, which is annoying, but it's probably valve springs. But it's drivable. We've got 184 horsepower, 430 foot-pounds of torque for a little 4-cylinder. That's kind of cool. He reckons that NA, it was probably making like 90 based on the fact, you know, it's unopened from 96. So, time to take it for a run. It does everything I wanted to do.
Oh, so good.
Oh, brilliant. Nick, you're an absolute legend.
Hey, no worries.
I spent all day digging away at this thing. It's nice to see that. It's nice to feel this.
Hey, at the end of the day, like, we get a lot worse. Like, if that was the biggest issues we had, really.
Yeah, idle control.
And just changing to sequential injection, really.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't believe this thing's actually driving.
dreadful.
It's actually not
It's
too
not.
dreadful.
Not at all.
So what is it you're listening to there?
Oh, knock. So
Yeah.
sometimes you can get a little bit of knock generated on the road that you don't see
Yeah.
on the dyno.
Yeah.
Just different bits and pieces.
Once you
so
got sort of a proper load on it. And
yeah, that's
proper
it. Exactly right.
environment. Yeah.
So just doing all what it's doing. So yeah, we just double check it out the road,
Yeah.
doing everything it's supposed to.
That's fine.
It all sounds pretty good, but it's just a little tiny right at the top end of the revs, which will take
Yeah.
just another degree or so timing out, but I don't think it's anything major.
Otherwise, it's kind of handy.
Doesn't miss them, but
Yeah.
can carry on and do anything silly, so
Pretty happy and pretty impressed with the old girl, actually.
yeah. He's long-legged too, so it must have reasonably high diff gears in it.
It's got 4 5s in it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which is probably a little too low. I might move to 4 8s
Yeah.
just to bring the gear ratios back in there, because it's a petrol. It kind of wants to rev high.